south. No more clubhouse. Let's move forward. Massive gain, though. For Elevate, if they do want to be heading to the major, they need to win. It's as simple as that, guys.
Yeah, it really doesn't get much simpler than that. Get the 3 points on the board and bang, you can sit back and relax. Now, some may be thinking, well, what happens if they win in overtime? They'll get the 2 points, but then there is a very strong possibility that Invictus Gaming could jump above them. That would be, of course, if QConfirm don't win next week and Invictus win both of their games in regulation, but it is still a possibility. So by all means, QConfirm just want to seal that envelope right here, right now, and get this win on the board.
Certainly so. I think you're going to be taken off the board along with the Ying. No real surprises so far. A little bit confused as why there's a big giant box next to Elevate's name, but I guess it's the...
Someone tried to put in a emoji. Didn't work. Shame.
That's going to be the mirror bend out as well.
Yeah. Thinker, of course, pretty spicy. I like that band, though, from Elevate. That said, I guess they themselves enjoy playing the Thinker, but on the balance of everything, expecting QConfirm to just edge out a little bit in that regard. In terms of the final defensive band, that will be from QConfirm. And the Goyo will be out, reducing some of that utility placed around. Those Vulcan shields will not be in a server, and that means that some of these clears should hopefully be a little bit easier. Again, we're also seeing the Thatcher and the Flores make it through as well. So honestly, attacking is probably not going to be as frustrating as it can be.
We say that, but there's no Ying, no Finker, so a lot of those rush attacks probably less effective. But then, yeah, defensively, it is going to be a little bit easier in that sense. But this is typically a map where you also see a lot of Flores, for instance, right? So I'm not so sure. Like, those Goyo shields would have been blown up usually pretty easily, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. QConfirm themselves will be on the defense first.
Now, we have mentioned a couple of times that these two have a pretty rich history, but unfortunately for QConfirm, the team that wants to get this win on the board, they often find themselves falling short here against Elevate. So in terms of that trend having to be bucked, QConfirm are, I guess, historically on the back foot. That said, they themselves have had a really strong start to this season. I don't think many tipped QConfirm to be right at the very top, but based on how close the league has been and how well they have played, they have thoroughly deserved that title.
Yeah, they've been a lot of fun to watch. They did have a really big slip up, though, in Playday 4 against Invictus Gaming. For those who might have missed it, it was a 7-1 belting. Yeah, and that was on Cafe as well, and it was 5 attacking rounds to IG. So just really to nail that one back, that was a really poor showing from QC. And so much so, I almost sort of put a line through them for that next game against Order, but then they really showed up and said, all right, that one loss is not going to define our season. They bounced back immediately with another clean victory. They go 4-0-0-1 on the season now, and honestly, deserved. They've got themselves into a position where a win here and all 3 points sends them off to Mexico, and they can take that top spot. It's Onigiri that we're going to watch here on the Zephyr. And it is going to be the opening round of a big, big game. Elevate must win. And if they do win, Guz, they will be in top spot going into the final Playday.
Now, unlike a typical game, I guess, of Oregon, where you would see either dorms up above, defended first, or down below in basement, Elevate have gone, or rather QConfirm have gone for the middle ground, meeting and kitchen, trying to throw off the attack here a little bit. They themselves bringing, again, that Thatcher and the Flores into play. That should mean that Roldini's Banshees, for example, should be pretty easy to clear. ADS devices can be bypassed. Deployable shields as well will be weak. Elevate, though, they need to combine here. Try and get a foothold going. Try and maybe find this opening pick. And there we go. Easy as you would like. The yellow ping there serves Napier very well.
Nice early advantage here for Elevate on their attack. Moving on to site. QConfirm that I do like that. You know, they've mixed it up a little bit. You said it perfectly, Guz. Usually we go down basement more than ever, really, for the opening round of an Oregon defense. Nice little angle there from Onigiri. QConfirm not really doing too much, though, right now. Very defensive, not really putting any foot wrong. Obviously losing Roldini, not ideal. Minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of movement, though.
Yeah, one of the hallmarks of Southeast Asian Siege, Thai Siege in particular, again, both of these teams from Thailand, is really explosive, really aggressive, early to mid rounds. This has been probably one of the quietest rounds of Siege we have seen from either of these teams throughout the entire stage. Never mind when they're butting heads. I was expecting things to go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly here, even in the first round. That has not been the case. Elevate playing quite measured at the moment, but they're finding kills. 5-3 in favor of the attack.
Oh, Healthcare, though, he had him in his sights for quite some time from that angle, just didn't shoot. Just too slow to react, gets punished. And QConfirm looked like taking this risky first round is going to backfire and allow Elevate to get off to the perfect start. Producer Boom throws out that Nitrocell, but that will miss the mark. Onigiri just feeling the side effects of it. 24 seconds remaining on the clock, and this is where QConfirm need to start to find some kills. They do that through Hajime. He gets them on the board with a nice pickup onto Napier. 15 seconds left. Onigiri still above. Oh, he finds him in the back. That's Hajime shot in the back by Colas. And Producer Boom now inside a red time. Need to come up big here later in the round. DCH going to be eliminated in the hallway. That diffuser has not gone down yet. There's only 1 second on the clock. Time's going to run out here. QConfirm win the round. It may have started slow, Guz, but it came to a head very quickly.
Elevate falling apart there in the final 15 seconds, allowing those defenders control of the security hallway, unable to stick that plant. They didn't have the coverage. They were unsure as to where those remaining defenders exactly were going to come from. I think at the very last second there, they decided, hey guys, this is not going to work. Let's try desperately to find those last couple of picks, but of course, the timer was against them. QConfirm playing it beautifully in the end. It was a very tough onslaught to fight against, but to win that offsite first is impressive.
Look at the site. I don't think have we ever really seen kitchen meeting go into then kitchen dining, and we're just completely ignoring kids' dorms and basement? I'm not sure if I've ever seen this. For me, this is me personally.
Well, in all the games we've casted, we have never seen this combination twice in a row. Definitely not in the first 2 rounds. That is catching me off guard. But I can only assume that the strategy here from QConfirm is to try and catch Elevate off guard. Play these slightly off-meta sites, played in an order that they're not expecting. Now, I don't know necessarily if that's going to change up what attacking operators Elevate are bringing. I feel like these 5 are pretty versatile for basically every objective. Would argue that maybe they could try and incorporate a different hard breach into the lineup. Elevate. This selection would suggest that they're anticipating down below. So I guess in that regard, QConfirm have won that little battle, as we're not seeing like the Thermite or the Ace Brawl upstairs or this site. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to be in that QConfirm voice chat right now and work out exactly what's running through their heads, because it's got to be confidence flowing. You don't do this if you're not feeling confident.
Yeah, well, I think taking confidence aside as well, if you do come in with a sort of a pre-placed plan, and it seems as if they've got that here. Hajime's going to get the Gemini. It's a frost trap at that window as well, so when he bolt in,
so aggressive.
Hao can, of course, walk into it. There's one also behind Hajime here as he's playing the small tower off first. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think confidence aside, guys, there's clearly a plan in place here from QConfirm.
Yeah, and this is what we love to see. I'm loving QConfirm at the moment. Elevate is a team that can bully you. That is how they like to play Siege. Play it aggressive, play it their way, play it on their terms. But QConfirm, arguably with a little bit more pressure on their shoulders with that Mexico spot, come into the server and said, you know what, lads, we are going to be on the front foot. This hold is evidence of that.
And it's a lot of utility right now being used to try and flush out Hajime. That's utility that Elevate's not going to have when they eventually push onto the site. The goal, of course, for Hajime here is to find at least one. That's going to be the second Gemini. So that will be recharging once again, but it's DCH who's actually found the opening pick onto the superstar of QConfirm, Healthcare, on the Jaeger. He's eliminated 0-2 to start this very important matchup. I think that was through big window. Hajime is, of course, still just dealing with the amount of players out of this office position, but there's only 1 minute and 20 seconds left, guys. I mean, Elevate's got to be careful here that they don't overdo this.
Rotero Drone will finally head in, take down that deployable shield, forcing Hajime's hand. He goes for the vault out, but does not find anything. DCH with a triple in this round. Onigiri gets in on the action, and there we go. It's over. It's flawless for Elevate. They finally cleared out small tower and got the job done.
A flawless round off the back of what was a decent little setup from QConfirm, and I think ultimately they just threw too many bodies over towards big window, and DCH just caught like 3 of them. well, at least 2 of them before eventually getting Hajime, who, of course, had to sort of duck out at the end. He was getting completely overwhelmed from those Rotero drones. I didn't mind that from QConfirm, but ultimately the execution of it just falls flat. But that's to the credit of Elevate, and that's the sort of team that they are, and what you expect from Elevate to be able to, you know, overcome those sort of strategies. A nice little start here on Oregon, and I gotta say, these first 2 rounds are indicative of the rest of the match, guys. I think we are in for a barn burner, as they like to say.
As Manic likes to say. We've had our fair share of overtime games here in APAC South, us too. You know what? If there's one match of the entire stage that deserves it, it is this one. That Southeast Asian rivalry, that Thailand rivalry. We've also got that
First place.
huge first place up on the stakes as well. It's just, oh, feels like we're really starting to warm into a really great match. Now, we are going to go back downstairs for this round, a little bit more classical here from QConfirm. That said, they're bringing their own little flair to it. Security hatch popped, rotations in towards kitchen. Early indications that QConfirm are going to continue to play aggressive and try to stop Elevate from taking easy map control.
And of course, when you're playing against Elevate, one thing you've got to be careful with is sort of going too much into your shell. If you go too defensive, you're going to allow them to basically do as they please. As you said before, they're an aggressive team. Both teams are actually pretty aggressive. I think you confirm probably more so when they're on their attack. That drone's going to be taken out pretty easily, but I think for QConfirm, they're more than happy to roam around. They're more than happy to try and find those opening picks, get the advantage where they can, and then eventually fall back to site.
Yeah, it's going to be up to the likes of Roldini here on the Mozzie to try and maintain map control. That said, Elevate's early movements would suggest that they're going to try and take back tower control. That may further suggest that they try and take meeting and the hatch, maybe even go for a blue execute, which for many teams in APAC South has been, I don't know if neglected is the right word, but not being the favorable point of attack. I know Dev has been very vocal about this. He's a bit of a lover of the blue bunker push, but in APAC South, that hasn't really been the case as of recent. Still waiting to see how Elevate shape up. Roldini, though, this is a key convo.
Roldini, of course, once again in place of Dark, who has been taken out of the roster over the last couple of weeks due to communication issues, as per interview from last week. Roldini had a very good match last week as well. Oh, that's just dirty from Onigiri. Are we allowed to show that?
Thankfully, we don't have replays. Find ourselves now in the 5v4 as Elevate transition over towards a blue bunker. Lycolis now under the pump, still has a deployable shield to work with, but keep in mind those Rotero drones will be very, very dangerous, very potent. Lycolis knows that and falls back as BG continues to send them in, bypassing that ADS device. There we go. He'll get it down pretty easily.
Rotero drone going to take care of that shield. Lycolis might have to fall off that position now. Healthcare finally finds his first kill of the match. 40 seconds left into the round, but it's again Elevate who continue to just find these picks, maintain their advantages. Onigiri expecting a flank from Attic, and it is. It's Hajime who's being a little pesky. But there's only 25 seconds and diffusers down below in basement, guys. This is set up to be a bit of a free-for-all finish here between these two teams.
Elevate with the man advantage, need to try and convert. Diffuser over towards Pillar means that they need to collect it. Lycolis in a very cheeky position, but he needs to find 4, whiffs both of those shots, and Elevate will swiftly take the round.
Right now, also taking the mantle away from QConfirm just round by round. Because as it stands, you know, if we had a nice little live update, guys, it would mean Elevate in first place. It's how close these two teams are. It's what's at stake here. What's on the line. Especially when you QConfirm and you're on the defense here on Oregon. The expectations are that you can win more rounds than you lose. Elevate off to a perfect start, 2-1. As we head over again to basement, and I'll try again.
Keen to see if QConfirm continue to aggress offside. It wasn't very helpful for them in the last round on Agiri. Able to clean up quite nicely, not a lot of time wasted. So we might see QConfirm. I don't know if going into their shell is the right way to describe it, but they might play a little bit more conservatively here and try to force mistakes on Elevate in the utility clearance and really focus on key locations like Pillar and like Blue Bunker, which were cleared out quite easily. I guess on the flip side to that, though, is it really viable to play like that? If Flores and Thatcher are on the board, Basement's going to be really, really tough. I would not be surprised if in this matchup, Basement is just horrible to defend. I mean, I'm just going to say it straight up now. I feel like Upstairs is going to be not easy, but based on these particular bans and the operators that are in play, Upstairs might be a little bit more comfortable. I mean, we still have to wait and see dorms get played out, but that is just my gut feeling at the moment.
Well, right now, my gut feeling is saying that Onigiri is just on the next level at the moment, and well, QConfirm kind of need their star players to stand up here and get involved. Most notably, oh my god, I was literally about to say if anyone needs to stand up, it's Healthcare, and well, he's sitting down. Because he's 1-4 at the moment, and Onigiri is just messing with QConfirm. 5-1 inside of the first 4 rounds, and still alive, so can definitely get that ticking up even more so. QConfirm almost need a momentum breaker right now because Elevate, they are dominating this little matchup. Hajime, not even sure if he can hit the drones at the moment. QConfirm, everything is just notably going wrong.
And we've had this hypothetical discussion before. What happens when Healthcare has a bad game? Does the rest of the team stand up? So far, that has not really been the case. Healthcare going 1-4. Now is the opportunity for us to realize this potential. Is QConfirm a serious threat for top place? You need to be able to perform even when one player, even your best player, has a bit of an off start. You need to be able to still mount rounds on the board, or at least continue to apply pressure on your opponents. At the moment, it might be slight, but the confidence levels on Elevate are rising at the moment, and that's when things get a little bit scary.
Yeah, and of course, Roldini brought back into the lineup to replace Dark, who was struggling with those communication issues, but 0-3. You know, if you're replacing someone from the team, you kind of want and expect them to be able to have an impact, and so far in this match in particular, yet to do so. Producer Boom, though, has been very good. Those X-Kairos as well are going to be shot off the wall by Lacolis, who's holding over towards Elbow. Still 1 minute and 3 seconds left into this round, so a lot can change. And now it's a 4 versus 4. Rotera drones will go out from BG Man, who has honestly been a little quiet on that Flores so far, but has been just getting to work on those Rotera drones and has been successful. That one, though, of course, going to get stopped by the Mute Jammer. That's going to keep that shield up for Lycolis.
I was going to compliment Elevate on combining the EMP charge there to try and take out the Mute Jammer. Great adaptation from both teams. Of course, the first EMP did drop a little bit short, but as we saw, the second hit the mark, and that shield has now been dealt with. Of course, with a reinforcement in the pocket, QConfirm can now block off that objective. There's another Mute Jammer fortifying that blue bunker position. That puts all the emphasis now over towards Pillar, which has been cleared by the attack. Oh, as I say that though, Producer Boom manages to down Sapper with the diffuser.
14 seconds left again, it's red time, and again, it's these two teams mostly healthy, but QConfirm down to 2 because Lycolis is on the floor. Big opportunity for Producer Boom to go boom himself here. Roltini covering over towards Freezer. Lycolis is officially gone, and right now it feels like all of QConfirm might be officially gone too. They are getting slaughtered here on Oregon.
Oh, wow, it felt like we were in for such a great QConfirm game, but off the back of that first round where they went on the off-meta side and managed to pull it off, but the response from Elevate has just been phenomenal. And Elevate themselves, I think they'll probably be the first to admit that they didn't have the best start to stage 1, and they, you know, took them a little bit of time to find their feet, but wow, they are looking really good at the moment with BG Man as well coming into the roster. They're starting to really look solid in this matchup, at least in isolation. They have really looked strong. I don't know what the response from here QConfirm is going to be. I'm liking the fact that they're taking the risk now and going upstairs. I do still believe this will probably be a stronger objective. Not easy by any stretch, but might be able to alleviate some of the pressures that we're seeing applied from Elevate on that basement side. All of those key locations are near impossible to hold at the moment. Just the amount of pressure those Rotero drones from BG Man have been applying, as well as those EMPs, is just ridiculous. It's very, very difficult to defend.
At some point as well, you expect QConfirm to start hitting some of their shots and start winning some of these duels, right? You can't expect them forever at this point to continue on playing like this. 1-3, 1-4, 1-4, 1-4. No, I didn't stutter there. And then a 4-3 at the end from Producer Boom. So that's really unexpected for the team that's in first place right now. 4-0-1 for the season to be all struggling together like this. And that's full credit to Elevate, because they're basically strangling QConfirm and just making it so difficult. They're getting the opening picks. They're opening up these sites. They're getting these duels to go the way of Elevate, and pretty convincingly too. And even that first round that QConfirm won, guys, probably should have gone the way of Elevate had they not bundled it late into the round. This has been a bit of a masterclass attacking performance, but as you said, how much of it is to do with some of those bans, the Mirror, the Goyo? I'm not so sure. I don't know if they really are going to make that much of a difference. And of course, we will see at the conclusion of this half, and when they swap, maybe, who knows, this could be an attacker-sided Oregon match.
Oh, I thought that was going to work. Healthcare, that would have been another devastating start, but he does manage to get back down the freezer stairs, not cut off. And that is the storyline we've been following. Can Healthcare get himself back into this matchup? It seems like QConfirm are struggling. This might be the opportunity. Inside of freezer, swings wide, but he gets lit up. Onigiri surely wins this fight. Almost does through the wall, but Healthcare manages to just scathe away.
It just feels like that's the kind of little bit of luck that QConfirm need. Maybe turn things around here. We'll say this, of course. If they do lose this game, Destiny's still kind of in their hands going into play day 7. They play Wildcard and Elevate play Invictus, so I know which team I probably at this point would want to be playing, and it wouldn't mean that top spot is over, but it would mean it would be the T word, girls. It would be tantalizing for play day 7. AP on the drone just going to spot out one of the players. I think it's Roldini inside a trophy that has been thrown out. Still 5 versus 5, minute 14 on the clock. Again, another rather slow opening round, but like Lycolis and Healthcare will say otherwise, because they have been taken very low.
Only 3 players on site here at the moment. Healthcare down below, Producer Boom on the basement floor. If Elevate are able to quickly connect and attack here, they should be able to overwhelm the site. Now, I don't know if they have the intel insight to make that call, but Napier doesn't need intel. He swings wide, finds 1. Can he make it 2? Narrowly misses that shot in towards Pit, but that's already some significant damage dealt to the defense.
Got a Nitro Cell. Start throwing these out. Start putting the pressure back. Elevator just doing as they please. Producer Boom going for that roam and that flank, and he will get an opening kill. He does. Onigiri, I thought maybe for a second was going to be able to somehow weasel his way out of that position, but he doesn't. And now there's only 30 seconds left into the round, and it's a 4 versus 4. And again, despite the dominance from Elevate, we've been in this position so many times, and every single time it is Elevate that wins out late into the rounds, and it's happening again. Lycolis is low. You can't expect too much from him. And the top of freezer stairs, Producer Boom swings out, and he does get the kill. But at what cost? He lost Lycolis, and now it's a 1 versus 3 in red time, and they know where he's coming from. Elevate are on a different level here in Oregon.
Elevate looking so good. They are forcing QConfirm into playing pretty wild roams, and that's understandable. They're trying to, again, deny some map control, try and play aggressive and find a couple of picks on the defense. But Elevate doing a great job at reading into that. They have such strong entry fraggers, like Onigiri, for example, finding picks, or at least dealing damage and applying pressure, and it's really starting to mount. The fact that Elevate had such a strong man advantage versus themselves versus the players on site, they were to play into that. I said that if they get the intel and they have the confidence to go for site control, they're going to get it. They did in the end. As you saw, Producer Boom, they're stranded on the roam. Healthcare as well, also stranded. Great job from Elevate to cut off those roamers, and they are looking so strong at the moment, and they're playing really well into those bans. I think that they're doing a great job in clearing out utility that is stopping them, those roadblocks that are, I guess, pausing their progress, but they're doing it in such a fast fashion and not giving QConfirm any breathing room.
No, they're not. And right now, Producer Boom needs some help. He's 6 and 4. He's doing as much as he can. Late into that round, he had a decent flank. He was able to find a couple of kills and breathe some hope into that round. But again, no one else is able to just step up and hit some shots and find some kills. A lot of that comes down to Elevate's, eternal pressure. They just keep applying on to QConfirm. their ability to sort of almost just walk onto site after clearing a bit of utility. They're on. They're finding kills always. And again, they will try for basement. It's been unsuccessful, though, for QConfirm so far. Maybe they should have gone back to that meeting kitchen that they started this all off with, and how things can change. You know, going into that second round, they were playing that small tower defense, guys, and I thought, oh, yeah, QConfirm's got some strats here. They've come to play. In reality, though, they're still sleeping in their beds because Elevate are running all over them.
Back down and below we go, and Elevate taking map control. Now, not sure how many roamers there are here from QC. We can see 4 on site at the moment. Oh no, Roldini, he's up above inside of security. So there's at least 1 here for the defense. The top floor, however, will be clear, and Elevate should be able to take that quite swiftly. They need to be careful, of course, of the meeting hatch being popped open, but no real pressure being applied from that position as QConfirm look to not give away anything for free in the frag department. I'm loving this from Elevate. They are playing so measured at the moment. Unfortunately, though, oh, Hajime was on the roam, so I missed him, and apparently Elevate did as well, but fortunately, BG cuts that player off.
Yeah, BG's been so calculated this game. 6-1. Probably the quietest 6-1 performance, though. He's just playing his role. He's able to allow, you know, the likes of Onigiri to sort of run around aimlessly, and Napier at that, and then sort of play off of them. And he gets that kill simply because of, you know, Hajime getting the opening pick on the Napier, but you get that information. Knows where he's going to be dropping down into meeting. BG Man's watching that angle. That's just team play from Elevate. Good communication. Minute and 5 seconds left in this final round of the opening half, and this is a must-win round for QConfirm. 4-2, you can maybe bring it back if, you know, as Guz said, maybe defending is going to be difficult this match.
Yeah, it's not often we say that in Siege, but with both Thatcher and Flores available, I mean, that could be a very, very real scenario. QConfirm, though, need this round. Try not to drop too many. Again, regulation win is a must for them to secure their spot to Mexico right here, right now. It's a 4v4 in round number 6. If there's any possibility to win a round, it's probably this one. Elevate taking a little bit of time. They still need to clear out Pillar, healthcare in that position. Freezer as well hasn't been dealt with. So there's still a lot of roadblocks that Elevate need to overcome here.
There's a big pickup for Elevate once again as they push onto the site. They're the ones that are finding the picks. EMP grenade's going to disable that Sawyer gate. There's another one they've got to deal with as well over towards that Pillar position. DCH is down. Roldini holding aggressively, ended up bolting as well.
Punched him.
Style points with the punch as well, and that's going to be a much needed round win, guys. It's a 4-2 half though to Elevate on the attack here on Oregon.
Such a close round. Again, that deployable shield in that long hallway was just enough to get QConfirm over the edge. Now, it wasn't the sole reason they won that round, but at the very end there where Elevate were looking to try and get control of that long hallway, cover the cross for the plant, they were faced by that deployable shield, and unfortunately for them, they didn't have enough time to clear it, and the defense playing into it perfectly, able to win out the round. And it's not often we would say that 2-4 for the defense is a passable rate, but man, I'm getting a lot of gut feelings in this match, I tell you what. But I still firmly believe that with both Thatcher and Flores available, defending is going to be tough. But I mean, QConfirm, they haven't bought either, all right?
No.
They haven't bought either in round 7, so they've got something cooked up that I'm not thinking of right now.
Yeah, already a bit of a stark contrast between the two teams and their operator choices, guys, for both sides here as well. Elevate, you know, on the defense here. Pretty much the same. I mean, we only saw Frost once. That was for that kitchen dining defense when they were doing the small tower hold. So Onigiri bringing the Frosto over for basement is quite different. And then the Valkyrie as well was only brought once for basement, I believe, unless I might have missed it in that last round, but not too often either. So some little changes here, most notably those ones, especially the Frost decision. And I do wonder how Elevate's going to set up those, what do you call them, pog mats?
Yeah, pog mats. That's what we like to call them down here. He's only placed one so far, and he hasn't even used his shield yet. So you can only assume that Onigiri is going to sort of pepper them around the site, being that basement doesn't necessarily have any direct vault-ins. There's no windows to place them under. And
Well, I was thinking maybe some aggressive places upstairs, but
yeah, that's what I would have
alas not.
anticipated well, but he literally doesn't have the time now, so that won't be the case. Maybe that was the original plan, but you never know what happens. Sometimes the prep phase can get a little bit wild as teams only have a limited amount of time to work out exactly what they want to commit to. QConfirm, meanwhile, are committing to a big tower take. Control obtained. Now we get to see where they go from here. They already have a decent foothold overlooking Pillar. No one from Elevate directly playing that position. But Roldini needs to be careful that he doesn't get swung and lose his life.
Yeah, especially this early on in the round. You don't want to be losing your life at the 2-minute mark. And again, what we've seen in this match between these two teams, and maybe it's a case of the Oregons, but it has been pretty slow going. That's a very early and aggressive Nitrocell from Napier. And obviously is not going to be able to connect. But it's, again, guys, it's Elevate that are being the aggressors, even on the defense now. Nothing's really changed.
I feel like they have to, though. If you're going to try and hold positions like this, it's going to be tough. That said, I mean, QConfirm aren't bringing the Thatcher and the Flores, so you can't really make that excuse. Elevate, I guess, just playing comfortable at the moment. And there's no reason why they shouldn't be. It has been working for them so far. It worked for them in Stage 1. They were the champions of APAC when they played their style of Siege. So I don't see any reason why they should be tapering that too much at the moment. They're doing a great job in denying some of these drones. They're also delaying some of this utility deployment from the likes of Lycolis up above inside of meeting. I mean, Napier and DCH at the moment are doing such a great job. They are just mowing down drones, and nobody from QConfirm is taking control.
3 drones left, 45 seconds, opening pick. Napier once again, Elevate. Although there's 2 back, pretty quick. We just lost 4 players instantly. Blink and you miss it. BG, man, is having a big game. Maybe that's what the BG stands for. 8-2-1. 30 seconds left into the round as QConfirm. Obviously on site, but Healthcare struggling. Woo! BG, man! He's on to double digits. And I think for Elevate, that top spot is looking like it might be theirs.
Looking like it so far. A huge round there from BG, man. And there's probably plenty of people wondering, who even is this guy? Well, he only jumped in a couple of weeks ago, elevated himself, terrible word choice there, but promoted himself up from the Elevate Academy team, but showing that he has what it takes here in the big leagues in APAC South. It was a little bit of a slow transition period for Elevate, and maybe that's why their results tapered off a little bit throughout Stage 2, but wow, he is finding his feet in this matchup. It's a huge match for both of these teams, but Elevate at the moment stepping up to the plate. They're looking like that Stage 1 Elevate, which again is just an absolute menace. I would not want to be in the server taking on Elevate at the moment. That does not sound like a very comfortable experience.
I'm going to tell you what, guys, as well. I'm sweating here. I tipped QConfirm. I thought they were going to be able to break the hoodoo, that this was going to be...
You're the only one that did.
I was the only one as well. This is a nice little catch-up for everyone on the predictions, but I felt as if at some point the damn wall has to break, right? And at some point they're going to have to break this hoodoo against Elevate. And boy, was I wrong. This is continuing on. Another round, another match where it's going to be Elevate defeating QConfirm. Despite QConfirm having a near flawless season, only losing 1 game so far, and there's only 1 play day to go after this. This could be the moment in the season where they let this top spot slip. I don't think they've had a play day, guys, where they haven't been in the first place position since play day 1.
Yeah, QConfirm started off so strong, blowing everyone's expectations out of the water. Let's pause that thought for a second, though. Napier, hello, up above. Wow, Hajime rains down terror, finds the first pick. Napier trying to get something going. Maybe a little bit too cheeky there in round number 8, but QConfirm critically find the kill and prevent any damage from being inflicted.
Well, I just saw you ask a little question in our little talent room, Guz. And I'm going to try and answer it. I'm not the best. I'm not an analyst. But I have noticed that producer has been bringing the Nomad. So I'm expecting that QConfirm themselves are expecting Elevate to be quite aggressive on the defense, bit of flanking, bit of roaming. So maybe not feeling like they can bring that Flores. Maybe feeling like they can't sit still and use those Rotero drones because Elevate's going to be up in their face. So they're bringing the Nomad instead. That's, of course, the sort of big difference between the two teams and their choices of you know, the operators. Obviously, Flores and Thatcher was brought every single time from Elevate, and as you've sort of alluded to, we haven't seen it at all from QConfirm.
Yeah, QConfirm as well, electing to bring the double hard breach. Afraid of that Thatcher, so let's see whether or not they can actually get these walls open. Roldini from down below can fulfill that Thatcher role if he would. Use a frag grenade from down below to clear off anything on the wall, preventing it from being opened. And there we go, clean as you would like. There's X-Kairos detonate. DCH repositions, however, in a very cheeky position, trying to maybe catch an attacker off guard, but instead will fall back as Elevate try and scramble and try and bring this round back.
But this is the thing, though. The Nomad's great if teams are flanking, but the aggressiveness from Elevate is this round apparently is over. 3 kills inside of a second, but the aggressiveness from Elevate has been on site. Now, this round finally goes the way of QConfirm. They're able to push on, find these kills. Sapper goes down. Last one, Healthcare, big kill. And this is where you also say, well, guys, look, you know, the double hard breacher kind of made a bit of an impact in that round. That was good from QConfirm. But again, as I was trying to sort of allude to, is that for Elevate, a lot of their aggressiveness has been on site. So I'm not sure if the Nomad at this point is going to be that fruitful. Yeah. I want to see more Flores. I want to see, as you said, you know, Thatcher as well.
I do think, and I guess this links into the point I was making in the first half, is that upstairs is arguably a little bit safer if Thatcher and Flores is on the board, because they're probably not going to be as impactful just due to the nature of that objective. And we saw it in that last round. QConfirm don't need either. Able to pretty cleanly win the round using other avenues to achieve the same result. Again, one of the beauties of Siege, you can be faced with a problem and there's probably 100 different solutions, right? On that last occasion, we saw the frag grenades used, just as a small example, to clear open the game's wall. And from there, so many angles generated in towards site, and Elevate already on the back foot off of the opening pick or the opening death, struggling to get themselves back in that round. That said, going to reattempt it though, on Agiri as well, jumping on Bandit just to spice things up a little bit here. And I think this, again, is going to come down to that hard breach. How effective can QConfirm be in getting those walls open and applying pressure to their opponent?
Much needed round win for QConfirm to just maybe wrestle back some of the momentum. Elevate have been amazing to watch. I think you mentioned it before. You made the comment, Guz, a little bit of stage 1 vibes from Elevate in this particular game, which we haven't seen for much of stage 2. And I do agree with you. I think we've seen a glimpse of that. BG Man as well, who obviously was not part of this team for stage 1, has brought his own sort of vibes to this game, 10-3-1. But for QConfirm now on the attack, if they can continue to sort of play this aggressive style, open things up quickly, get into what they want to do quicker, there's a chance here that they can bring this match back.
Let's have a cheeky laugh there. Hajime as he repels into Big Tower, checks underneath that window where Napier was playing last round. He was taken down cheaply. Transitioning over towards the Maestro here on round number 9 and playing, some might say, a little bit more conservatively. In doing so, though, he does allow QConfirm to take control of this side of the map. Sapper inside of the attic will be pressured quite quickly, as well as Hajime. That blowtorch on the Maverick to open up the wall, and Healthcare is ready and waiting to pop it open with a lifeline charge when required. So far, very, very similar routing, similar vibes from what we saw in the last round. The key difference, however, being that Elevate haven't given away a free pick.
DCH just avoiding that stun grenade there as the camera is going to be taken out. Minute 25, and again, rather slow opening round, but as we know, it really does come to a head late into these rounds. You know, usually 4v3 or 4v4s. Roldini needs to get his positions right there as Napier's been taken down, and more than just that, BG Man has been eliminated. Onigiri, though, with a quick trade at least, and probably needed that to maintain an even advantage. 55 seconds left. Napier's still down on the floor, though. They do bring him back up, but of course now low on health.
50 seconds remaining. Elevate holding good positions at the moment. A couple of key members, though, low on HP, giving QConfirm arguably an advantage in a hectic trade-out. If it gets to that point, this round. On a gear in a key position over towards the main window, trying to hold back that push alongside him, but also deep over towards Trophy. They go deep though, however, Roldini finds one. DCH goes big at the top of white, and now Roldini needs to keep stacking on the pain. He has the diffuser to play with, but not much time. Hits the shoulder of Sappa, doesn't quite find the kill. 15 seconds left,
DCH,
but it's
perfect! Absolutely perfect! Rotated back over to security instead of pushing up those stairs, the white stairs, and obviously the Nitrocell. With that information, perfectly played from Elevate. That was clean, Guz.
I'm glad you took that little part there because I stumbled over my words, just as QConfirm unfortunately stumbled over their execute. Elevate doing a great job to hold on, and despite some really potent aggression there, particularly from Roldini, who I believe just sent it straight through Addict, or at least in towards Pit, and found a pick and almost dislodged that defense at the end there, but didn't work out. Elevate just too good at the moment, and now they're one step away from taking this map, heading themselves into first place. On top of that as well, we can now officially confirm that QConfirm cannot make the Mexico Major off the back of this play day anymore. They cannot get 3 points in regulation, as Elevate have already claimed match point.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they can do it off this play day. It matters if they can do it off the next play day. That's the one that actually matters, guys. So,
True.
Not all hope, of course, will be lost. If this does continue the way it looks like it will be going, an Elevate win ties both these two teams on 12 points. But of course, as we're about to see, the head-to-head would go to Elevate. So Elevate will go to 1, QConfirm will go to 2, and then next week, Playday 7, the final Playday, of course, it'll be QConfirm versus Wildcard, Elevate versus Invictus. And of course, that Invictus game, they're still to play later on tonight. In fact, after this game, they'll be taking on Order. That's a must-win game for Invictus. They have to win that one if they're to sort of maintain themselves a bit of a position here in the conversation with QConfirm. Knights as well, of course, are on 10 points. It's going to be a very close Playday 7.
Yeah, Invictus will be quite content, I believe, if Elevate win this. I mean, I'm just going off gut feeling there, not looking at the hard stats right now, but I can't help but feel probably favorable for them. That said, I mean, Elevate do have the 1 point advantage over Invictus, so that probably isn't ideal. Either way, though, a lot of permutations that could result from this matchup and the next. A lot on the line for these teams. Roldini, though, he's trying to clear the clash. Bit of a pesk over towards the big tower. Now, Healthcare is there alongside to assist. Could send out a concussion lifeline if they want to deal with Sapper quite early into this round, but I anticipate they'll probably play it a bit more safe. Oh, I say that, and Healthcare gets aggressive straight away. Flings an impact his way, which does about 5 points of damage, but I think Sapper will be pretty content with that, as unfortunately for QConfirm, that utility has been a little bit wasted.
Opening pick to like Colas. Still, of course, trying to deal with Sapper over at the back stairs. Minute and a half, though, so there's still time. BG Man is down below as well. Covering Sapper, just in case QConfirm get a little overzealous. Like Colas also has that drone. Top of Meeting Hatch. QConfirm setting up for this eventual push. They still actually have a lot of drones available. This was a... Wow, what is Hajime doing? Did they miss drone BG Man? He just walks straight into blue and just dies. Of course, BG Man had to, peek that, but did they not know his position at the bottom of backstairs and what he could do?
Not too sure. BG has definitely been very annoying here for QConfirm, as Sapper is an annoyance still over towards backstairs. BG finally shut down, almost wins yet another swing. He does get Roldini quite low, and Sapper actually could zap that Yana to death if she gets too close. Take a bit of a pause. It's a 3v4 scenario now. QConfirm with the advantage on the attack. It's a must-win round for them, and they have 30 seconds to formulate something here. Producer Boom. Maybe over towards Freezer. He could.
This will unlock it.
The pinch that they need.
Yeah. Just peek left, get that player in Freezer, you get full control. He almost missed the player in Laundry. Yeah, that's an easy kill. DCH, of course, he had to watch sight. He couldn't watch behind him. They'll be able to overwhelm the clash now. QConfirm. That's much better. Producer Boom, though, is honestly producing a pretty decent game here for QConfirm. He just needs some help. If they can send this one to overtime, Well, then it gets really spicy, guys, because that would then mean, at minimum, 1 point for QConfirm. And we don't have the time on the broadcast to know what that would mean in terms of the likes of Invictus Gaming and their hopes, and Knights and their hopes. And for Elevate, it would mean that they would not be able to finish in top spot at the end of the night, right? So there's a lot that could happen here. 2 rounds can change so much of this stage for APAC South.
That's right. Fortunately, we have 3 very, very competent analysts, or at least 2 competent analysts and a host to break down this post-match. And I'm sure that they can give us all of the in-depth scenarios that could occur in the standings. I know that they have them all worked out, ready to go. In fact, they're in my ear right now saying, yes, guys, we know absolutely every single result. That fulfills me with some confidence that we
Are
can
they actually?
explain these storylines. Yeah, they are.
Oh.
I mean, maybe I'm hearing voices in my head. I'm not too sure. Dev just said, "I love you guys" in the.
Oh.
He didn't actually say that, but what he did say was not family friendly, unfortunately. But,
Right.
No, I think you raise a really good point. If this does go to overtime, I mean, there's like a bazillion different permutations, so we don't want to drown everyone out with that. Let's focus, of course, on the present. And Elevate has still a great chance to close this out in regulation. They have 1 more opportunity, or 2 more opportunities, rather, to get that job done. Can they be a little bit more proficient here on basement? They've traded out the Clash on this occasion. Now, I've got to say, I thought Sapper did a really good job in wasting a lot of time in that last round, but maybe Elevate are hedging their bets on something a little bit safer.
Yeah, and Producer Boom's feeling it on the Ash now, 13-6. Honestly, they need to just ride his coattails. He is bringing this back for QConfirm. Has been a clear standout. And if Healthcare can just maybe, for 2 rounds, decide to maybe show up to this game and show what we know he's capable of, then QConfirm have every opportunity of sending this one to overtime. So this match is by no means over. And I wouldn't have expected anything different from a team like QConfirm. The season that they've had, Guz, yes, they haven't had a whole lot of adversity this season. Their only loss was a complete stomp that they had no opportunity of really winning. This is a bit of adversity. They need to be able to deal with this, especially if you're in a position, if you're going to a major, you need to be able to come back from some rough starts in games. They've had a rough start. Can they complete the comeback?
Again, QConfirm just have struggled time and time again to take down Elevate, or when they were previously known as Xavier. I mean, I'm having a quick look at the head-to-head, and there's a lot of red in that QConfirm column. Now, there have been occasions where they've traded blows, and QConfirm have won in likes of the Operation Thailand League, etc. But
have they beaten them in APAC South? Yeah, I don't think they have, right?
Unfortunately. Had some very close encounters, however, and look, this is the most important one.
Don't rush it. Please don't rush it. I think they're just clearing utility.
Yeah, they're just chilling at the moment. I mean, like, Hollis is droning out, trying to work out exactly where these players are. There's only 4 drones left, so the intel might be a little bit limited here. QConfirm. Producer Beam as well lurking. Remember, he's going 13-6, and he could go big to try and close out
Oh, the nade. Oh, Rodini did, in fact, end up going down. Napew, though, waiting for him down below, gets that kill. Advantage Elevate. Not just in the round, but also the match itself with match point. Don't forget that one. It's a big point. 3 versus 4. Napew has taken a little bit of damage on that Ala. Does have to be careful. Same can be said for Hajime. Producer Boom, though, is still alive, is still in this game. Still, though, yet to make an impact in this match point round. 37 seconds on the clock, and now starts to make his way over towards that meeting hatch. If he drops down, it could be dropping down to his grave if he's not careful.
Napew is in such a great position. With the FO12, he can play close range and just deny this entry completely. I don't know how QConfirm are going to deal with this Ella. Never mind the other 3 defenders still around the site. This will be tough.
10 seconds left, drops down. You said the Ala's going to be in a good position. Doesn't quite find what he's looking for. In fact, it's Hajime from behind. Big kill, but there's only 3 seconds. Red time, like Hollis. He's got the diffuser. Has he got any time to get it down, though? No, he does not. Elevate win the round. And they win the match. And they will return to their rightful place here at APAC South. And that is top spot. 7-4 victory against their Thailand rivals. And it also means that all the other, predictors also get a win over me. Yay to them. But hey, BG Man, MVP, 12-5-2. Big game from BG Man.
It really was. What a performance from him, having so many